So this tutorial is going to be the instructions on how to log data using IAQ Calc by TSI, and how to log data in certain point of time intervals. So first thing that we do is we will turn an instrument on. The new version of the software is 4.02.0. I believe this is a different version that was originally installed in the rest of our units. However, TSI calibrated this equipment and they update the software version, and I believe there were changes. So this tutorial is to just guide you through on how to log the data properly. So the first thing we do is we turn it on and the unit comes on. We'll go to the menu and we'll just look at the main change that had taken place with the data logging. So we still have all of our settings and all of our options in the menu here, but what we want to do is we want to access the tab with the data logging. So we'll hit enter to enter this tab, and we have basically we still have the same menu for data logging as we did with the previous versions. So you could still view your data, you could delete the data, you could still see your latest test number, and then you have the log modes and the measurements. So the measurements tab just shows you the what you're going to be recording, which parameters you're recording. So when you go to the log mode, make sure that your log mode is in the continuous key mode. That means that you will get data points for every time interval that you set the logging to. So you will end up with a list of data points rather than a one data point with the average number. So for example, your log interval could be set to 30 seconds. You could set it to a minute, you could set it to 2 minutes, you could set it to 5 minutes. But these log intervals will give you one data point in your reading. Now, the change that they've made was that you used to be able to do data logging with the intervals before into the autosave zone mode, but that option is no longer available. So now it just gives you sample time, and during that time the instrument will only record one data sample, which will be a composite or some sort of combined version of several data points into an average one data point. And in the software, I'll show you my screen, it does come out as one data point for, this is the right one, it comes out as a one data point per sample. So and that's not how we want our data to look. So as you could see, there's one data point, two data points for this one data point for this sample here, and it's a sample number right here and duration for 5 minutes. So that's not how we want our logging to take place. So do not use the autosave option. Rather go to your log mode and use continuing key. And if you want to test it and make sure you're doing it right, so let's start with the next test. We're gonna hit start the test, and you could see the countdown of seconds, 26, 25. These are seconds. It's counting down to take your sample. And once the time is up, you will have a recording on the screen showing that you've collected a sample. Now, and then it will automatically begin collecting the next sample. Now with the autosave, you will see the data logging, but you will not see the number of samples appear on this line. This is what you should be looking at. So that's the only difference. So yeah, it will appear this way, and then once we have another 30 seconds elapsed, we will see that there's going to be 2 samples here in the sample numbers. And then when we exit out, we could look at the stats, and the stats will show you that it collected 2 samples. You can also go through the stats to see what your readings are. If you want to record this on your data sheet in the field that we fill out, make sure you have a copy of the data sheet and that you fill it out with your readings that you collect on site and the time that you've recorded your measurements and then locations. So this is just a quick tutorial just to brush up on the changes that were made with the TSI instrument, the new version upgrade. So the TSI will repair your instruments for you for free. They'll replace things that are worn out, like we got the screen replaced here. So if you are having difficulties, feel free to reach out if you have any questions or need any support using this instrument. Thank you and have a good day.